Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't learn to program in 10 minutes. Well, I disagree. Imagine walking into a painter's studio. The painter hands you his paints and stands you in front of his easel and helps you mix your paints to create colors, shows you how to hold a brush, and tells you where to lay your first strokes. This is what I want to do for you right now with programming. And you'll see for yourself, you can learn a hell of a lot in 10 minutes. Let's learn the broad strokes. For this video, you will need a laptop and Google Chrome. No special software. Actually, the biggest thing you need is just a mindset. The greatest challenge blocking people from learning is confidence. Programming intimidates people. I'm not sure why. Programming is easy. Programmers know this is true because we've seen so many idiots who can program. Or, okay, maybe we're idiots ourselves. Except that you can do it first. And when you're ready, we can begin. The second thing you need to know also doesn't require any code. It's this. Programming feels like swimming deep underwater. When your eyes adjust to the dark, it's time to swim deeper, towards higher pay, bigger projects, more challenging problems. This never ends. The best programmers are deeply comfortable with the unknown, and you should be too. Ready to know how that feels? Open Google Chrome, type about:blank in the URL bar, and you'll see a blank white page. Right-click the screen and click Inspect. You'll see the inspector. This might be the first time you open this damn thing on purpose. If the inspector appears in a different place, you can relocate it to the side with the handy triple dot menu. I know you're probably wondering what about blank means. Quiet that part of your mind. You are not ready for that information. Also, I don't know. Now just copy everything that I do. For the rest of your life, you can say you've coded. This is a string. Isn't it cute? It said hello back. Strings are text in quotation marks. You can store stuff in variables. We can even change the value by setting it to something else. Or we can add 1 to whatever its current value is. Let's make a sentence like, I have X problems. You can join strings together with our variable to make that sentence. Uh-oh, that looks weird. So, why does this look weird? What do you think? Programmers have problems like this all the time. Constantly, something weird happens and we need to ask, why? Your main tool when this happens is not intelligence. As I said, you can be quite dumb, no problem. It's patience. Well, I think I know. First bug smashed. I think we're ready to build a website. Woo! Does this qualify as a website? I'd say so. I mean, it's right there. Therefore, I officially crown you web developer. Next, let's turn you into a software engineer. What is code? I think at its simplest, coding is building machines with words. So let's build a function, which is like a tiny little machine. By the way, to go to the next line, use Shift-Enter, not Enter. I want my machine, which is called a function, to add a problem and then tell me how many problems I have. First, increase the problems by 1. Then use return to leave the function with some text. Now the problems variable holds the text we returned. That's a simple function for you. Do things and then give back a result. All right, software engineer, time to promote you to software architect. 90% of the challenge of ambitious software is complexity. Basically, the code gets so difficult to understand that no one can change any code without breaking it. So, abstracting complexity. That means turning something complicated that no one understands into something organized and simple that anyone can understand. We actually have some code already that is confusing and messy. Copy this. Let's make this complicated looking code into something easy to understand. Functions are like machines, and the word text here is what you put into the machine. We created a simple language, a language for our app. Imagine a much more complicated procedure like billing a credit card. You can put in a nice, simple function. This is how skilled programmers make everything look simple. Amateurs make code that looks smart, so smart that no one can understand it, even the person who wrote it. I think we're ready to build an app. Set interval repeats a function again and again, as frequently as you want. The number is how long to wait. It's milliseconds. 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. I'm sorry that your first program was so demoralizing. Okay, so you don't know a lot still. If statements, loops, true and false, variable scope, arrays, dictionaries, classes, creating projects, basically everything. What you do know, you can code. You know you can code. You know how to think like a coder, with patience, comfortable with the unknown. You know how to build complex software by building machines that hide complexity. You know how to build a web app, a very depressing app, a simple app, but an app. The programming language, by the way, was JavaScript. See, it's easy. You can do it. And you learned it in 10 minutes.